Welcome back to Mom and Pop Video Shop. I think we've figured out by now that I'm Tyson. I'm here, as always, with my cohort, Joel.
Yes, Joel
Which kind of sounds like Noel.
Yeah.
It kind of rhymes with Noel,
Joel.
Which is... Exactly. Which makes sense for this time of year because if you folks are watching this, the next several videos that we'll be putting out will be in the spirit of the season.
Yes, indeed it will.
The holiday season.
Indeed it will, my friend. And to kick us off, and by the way, be sure to stay to the end of the video because we have an announcement for a live stream. Our next one.
It's like this big too.
What's that?
The announcement. It's like this big.
Oh, okay.
That's how big.
What are you bragging about, Tyson? What's going on?
It's huge. The size of our announcement.
Oh, the announcement. Yes, it's that huge. So stay to the end after Tyson reviews the movie that he's covering for this particular episode, and we'll be right back with you on that. So Tyson, if you are ready, good sir.
So we're kicking this season's medley of horror feature reviews off with probably, in my opinion, the best of the holiday horror films. We're talking about 1974's Black Christmas. If this picture doesn't make your skin crawl, it is on too tight. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that we're going to keep this review relatively short because I don't want to give anything away quite yet, but it kind of has something to do with that big giant surprise that we mentioned at the end of this. So I will say, though, that Black Christmas was released in 1974. It was directed by Bob Clark. And if you don't know, and if that name sounds familiar, he is the same gentleman that brought us the Christmas classic, A Christmas Story. That's right, folks. The same guy that brought us classic scenes such as the Santa Claus and You'll Shoot Your Eye Out Kid is the same guy that directed such scenes as the obscene phone call from Black Christmas, in which I believe, Joel, correct me if I'm wrong, the line was, I want to lick your pretty pink bleep.
Correct.
You can bleep. Correct. You can bleep that out. I hope you bleep that out. I wasn't going to actually say the word in case my mother happens to be watching this this episode. So here's the thing. I saw Black Christmas for a while there. It was kind of hard to track down, I know. But I saw it for the first time when I was probably a teenager. And I don't think I appreciated it for what it was. I'll tell you what my problem was as I had watched it. And I'm like, oh man, this is just like Halloween and all the other killer POV movies. Little did I know that many will argue that this is the film that inspired films like Halloween and that killer POV. I think there were some things you could argue that a few films before it kind of set the pace, Peeping Tom and different things like that. So I don't know how much truth there is to Black Christmas launching the slasher POV franchise or subgenre, I should say. But there's no denying that it was extremely influential. So here's the thing about Black Christmas. It actually takes place on a college campus at a sorority house, and it starts with the girls getting obscene phone calls. They're not sure who it is, but they're not that concerned about it. They just think it's some perv on the other end of the phone. And it's kind of that classic case of they get the police involved and try to find out where the calls are coming from. And it's kind of a mild spoiler, but they find out that the calls are coming from inside the house. It's like the classic babysitter downstairs and the police call back and get out of the house because that's where the calls are coming from. But there's a lot that goes on in addition to that sort of subplot. Again, I think I mentioned that I saw this for the first time as a teenager, but probably went 10 years before I saw it the second time. And now it has become sort of an annual, just like Die Hard and watching Hans Gruber fall from Nakatomi Tower. It is not a holiday season for me until I've watched Black Christmas. So admittedly, I haven't seen it in almost a year now because I do watch it every single year, but normally not throughout the year. I would say that personally, this is probably my favorite holiday horror movie. So just like every feature that we review here on Mom and Pop Video Shop, we're going to rate our holiday selections as well. And for me, Black Christmas, it's my favorite holiday horror movie. This one, no doubt, is a 5 taper. Now, when I first saw it as a kid, I doubt I would have rated it that high. But again, my appreciation for this only grows every single year when I see it. So as of now, me, as a 40-something-year-old clerk at Mom and Pop Video Shop, this one is worth 5 tapes and coming up with some type of lie to tell the authorities as to what happened to it. So those are my thoughts on Black Christmas. Joel, I think I know how you feel about this one, but would you like to share with the good folks your thoughts?
It's kind of...
I'm gonna call bullshit right now.
Yeah, that's total. Yeah, not only is this my favorite Christmas horror movie, it's my favorite slasher movie, period. And I mean that, like, in the realm of Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all those movies which I love dearly. Actually, Black Christmas is my overall favorite slasher film, because to me it is, yes, those other movies like you mentioned, Peeping Tom. I don't know if you remember, you mentioned Psycho, but I feel like Psycho is a contributing factor.
I didn't mention Psycho, but
Mario Bava, Bay of Blood. I know, like, because I think that influenced Friday the 13th quite a bit, right? So those movies came before this, but to me, this movie, its influence.
Bay of Blood was before 1974?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was. Earlier 70s, maybe. Okay. I don't think it was 60s. Was it 60s? Was it late 60s? I don't remember the date on that one. Sorry.
But here's the thing. If this particular feature review seems like it's been kind of vague and on the short side,
yes,
we've done that for a very specific reason. And Joel, would you like to let them know why we're not diving into all the nitty grittiness that is Black Christmas right now?
Because we are saving that for our December live stream. So December 15th at around 7 p.m. Eastern. And we've heard from our wonderful West Coasters. We know that last time we started it at 6, and that was a little early for some folks. Hopefully 7 Eastern will be a little bit better. Maybe if nothing else, if you're on your way home from work around that time, you can just like listen to it on your phone or something, if you're so inclined. But we are going to do a watch along type of live stream. There's some people that do this, and I think it's a lot of fun. Dave McCrae, who actually did the It's Me, Billy, and is doing the upcoming It's Me, Billy Chapter 2 fan films, which are direct sequels to the 1974 Black Christmas. He does this. He has a show called Two Guys and Some Bullshit that he does with a buddy of his, where they watch a movie, they talk about it, and they start the movie at the same time with the audience, if they're so inclined to watch along and just talk and just kind of, it's not really commentary.
I've been dying ever since we started this channel to do something like this with you. So I am super excited. I'm super excited that we're doing Black Christmas for 1974.
I feel like it'll be a good first one to do it with. Yes, I agree with you 100%. So
absolutely.
Hopefully you could be there 7 p.m. Eastern. It's on the screen. Probably right there somewhere. So at 7 p.m. Eastern time, we are starting. We probably won't start the movie right at 7, but within shortly thereafter, we're probably going to go around 9, because I think the movie's it's over an hour and a half, but it's under 2 hours. So probably ended around 9. It's about 2 hours, give or take. I realize that's a lot for people. If you could just you just want to just visit us for a little bit and jump in and jump out. Love to. And for
those of you that can't make it at 7 p.m. Eastern time, as with all of our other live streams, you can always catch it later on once it's reposted.
Indeed.
As a recording. So
yes, so hopefully, and I don't think I said it, but this is an obvious 5 taper for me. If we had 6 tapes, that's what this would be. This would be a 6 taper.
I thought that it might.
Yeah,
I thought that it might be.
But yeah, so definitely check out Black Christmas 1974. 2006 is a lot of fun, and then I've heard of another one that I don't like to discuss because
we won't even mention it.
Yeah, 2006 though is in its own route a goofy, over the top, fun time. I will say that it is crazy, but it's fun crazy. Whereas
absolutely.
The other ones, not so much.
I'm saving everything else I want to say about Black Christmas until our live stream event in a couple of weeks.
Looking forward to it.
So I guess with that, thanks for tuning in here at Mom and Pop Video Shop. And remember, at Mom and Pop's, our love of... I put Joel on the spot.
Okay, no, because I thought Black Christmas, Olivia Hussey, she has a small part in Ice Cream Man. Our love of Ice Cream Man.
With Clint Howard?
Yes, baby. Never stops.
It certainly doesn't.